Ralph here, True Power Trumpet Fitness, and welcome to Terrific Thursday, another beautiful day outside. It's going to be in the 60s today. Go figure. I don't know. I don't care. I just get up in the morning, look out the window, and deal accordingly. Really. Anyway, yeah, you saw the thumbnail. This is not spiritual woo-woo. There's something to be said for this. So let's get to it. I have played a little bit today, but whatever. Okay. You guys been spit buzzing? I'm looking at you. Don't mess with me. Anywho, yeah, Arbin, the last couple lines of number 5, characteristic study. God, it's great stuff. You guys are sick of hearing me that. I don't care. If you're sick of it, go find another channel. Find another channel, because this is it. This is it, baby. This is what I got. This is what I have to offer. Anyway, life's good, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, staying in the moment. Now, you might have figured out through some of my videos, especially if you go to the other channel at all, I'm a very spiritual guy. I'm a religious guy and all this sort of stuff, but this is not necessarily what I'm talking about, staying in the moment. You must let the universe come in. That's not what I'm talking about. It's more about focus, okay? Guys, very, very important. Now, one of the reasons I advocate spit buzzing so heavily is that it takes away all the unnecessary elements. And you're just thinking about the tongue. Okay? The trumpet, you have enough. Even if you're by yourself in your room, there's nobody there, nobody to listen to, you don't have to blend with anybody, you don't have to be in tune. It doesn't matter. You still feel the mouthpiece, fingering, whatever scale, even though it may be remote control at this point, you still have things to think about, okay? And you'd go to a band rehearsal, a jazz band rehearsal, a job, add an infinite amount of more variables to it. So many things to throw you off, guys. So many things. And it's very, very important that, especially when you are practicing, that you focus on what you're supposed to be doing. Very, very important. Okay? Now, I know when things are going good, even when you're practicing, you want to dazzle everybody. If it's only yourself, even if it's only yourself sitting there, you want to dazzle everybody. I get that. But guys, it is so important to get the tongue right. Now, all of you, I know, for the most part, have the tongue in a pretty good spot. Okay? If anybody that took at least one lesson with me has left that lesson with at least a handful of notes with the tongue in the right spot. So you know where it's supposed to be. You know where you get the best tone. Let the tone tell you, yesterday, got it. Okay? But what are you supposed to be thinking about? Now, anybody that has studied with me for any period of time, yes, Ralph, C scale. All right. Then go up to a high C. Okay, sounds good. Okay, Clark number 2. Simple things. So you can focus on, stay in the moment, and focus on what you're supposed to. Now, my 3 rules. Number 1, and it's so important, you almost can't do number 2 and 3 if you don't have number 1, and that is relax the corners. But the problem is, guys, I don't want you thinking about relaxed corners while you're playing. Can you imagine at a concert? I talked about this before. Uh-oh, high C coming up. Relax the corners. Oh no, I think I can do it. Oh, they're starting to stretch. Oh, we clammed the high C. Guys, you can't think like that. Yes, it's vitally important that the corners be relaxed, but the relaxed corners are a byproduct of number 2 and 3. If number 2 and 3 is right, you will relax the corners. And the more you relax the corners, the more you can do 2 and 3. The tongue. Get it on the bottom lip somehow. We've talked about this. Either that way or that way. That way or that way. I prefer number 1. I said before when I talked about number 2, 1A, that I sort of morph. I don't anymore. I'm pretty much locked in with number 1. Okay? Doesn't mean you have to. But when you get it there, that is what you have to be thinking about when you're practicing. Take a small little breath of air, a sniff, and don't think about that again. And don't think about relaxed corners. Okay? Just think about that, and the rest will take care of itself. And you have to focus on that and your tone. You have to stay in the moment. Okay? You have to stay in the moment. Yes, your double C is killing today, but you can't think, yes, I'm Maynard Ferguson. No, you have to think about the tongue. There's plenty of time to do that later. And guys, once you get the muscle memory, then it becomes easier and easier to go out on a performance of any kind. Easier and easier. So many times, and I've talked about this before, my guys are killing it with their scales, their Clark, their Arbin. They're killing it. Then they go out and I don't know what happened, Ralph. God, 5 minutes into it, it's going back. It's because you're thinking about other stuff. And with good reason. And with good reason, guys. Don't let that throw you. Don't let that throw you. That is a very, very common thing. But what you have to do as best you can when you're out on the performance, and hopefully you're not soloing, hopefully you're not playing lead, whatever, but get back to it. When you have a break for whatever reason, very quietly, spit buzz. It's all right there. Just spit buzz. Get back to it. And if you are at a performance, usually you're not sight reading, so it's music. So you can almost, in a certain way, turn off the music and concentrate on this. And stay in the moment with the tongue ring. With the tongue ring. Okay? Now, at this point, and the more you do it, guys, the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. Before you know it, you can be waving at the babes at the bar. You can be doing whatever you want. If this is there, you got it, because it's muscle memory. It will get to that. I promise you, it will get to that. But in the beginning, you have to stay in the moment. Definitely when you practice, okay? And on a performance, rehearsal, whatever, do the best you can, okay? And if it collapses 99 times out of 100, even more than that, less than that, if it collapses on a performance or a rehearsal, whatever, you get home and you take it out and you play a few notes and everything's fine. What the heck? You weren't thinking about it. That's all there is to it. Now, you use those practice techniques I gave you before to incorporate this into your music. Even if it's, stuff that you've played 1,000 times. All the more reason to take the stuff you played 1,000 times, because you probably played it 1,000 times wrong. So that muscle memory has to be changed. Take it super, super slow. Stop, reset. The top G was not centered. Boring? Not really. I find it fascinating. Okay? Now, stay in the moment. That's really all there is to it, guys. And if you do that, it just gets easier and easier and easier. Now, not only that, now I told you at this point, the only real playing I do is church work. And there's only a handful of organists that I will go out and work with because they're competent. I could do that. And we have a repertoire that we use. Usually it's Easter or something like that. I try to stay at my own church on Easter, but things like that. And weddings, trumpet voluntary, rondo, hallelujah chorus, things like that. Mostly all piccolo, okay? But even then, even though I can play those things in my sleep, and I could be waving to the crowd and thumbs up to the groom and all this sort of stuff, all the more reason. I just love being able to focus on the tongue. And even unbeknownst to the people in the audience, you can make that a little practice routine. Change your timbre a little bit. A little too bright. Okay, back off. It's wonderful. That is where your focus is. Even though there's three rules. Number one, relax the corners. Get it in your mind. But once you start playing, forget about it. Number three, take a small breath. Take the small breath and forget about it. The rest, right there. There you go. Okay. That's it. Have a terrific Thursday. Eat and drink your fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Love you all.